Can I play with my Mickey? Oh, there's the Mickey. Oh, there's the Mickey.
Gavin, do you know this is your birthday?
You're 6 months old today.
6 months old today.
Say, hey, Daddy. Tell your daddy about your tooth that you've gotten.
Gavin, how you like you having a tooth?
Can we see your teeth? Can we show your tooth?
Oh, zoom right in there. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's like being the dentist. Hey there, buddy. Hey, Gavin. How are you? Hey, buddy boy. Gavin.
You want to say hello to your daddy? Say hi, Daddy. Say I'm the big dude.
Hi, Gavin. What you doing way up there? How'd you get so big in 6 months? You're just a little shrimp. Now look how big you are.
I'm so big.
I'm so gigantic. I'm such a big guy. Hey, you wanna go check out the Jolly Jumper? Okay, let's do that. How do you like that Jolly Jumper? How do you like being in there?
Jump, jump.
Gavin! Ah, isn't that fun?
Hey, dude.
Isn't it fun being 6 months old? You can kind of pretend like you're standing up. You jump around. Feet kind of touch. Sort of. Gavin, turn back here. Gavin. Woohoo. Gavin, buddy. Gavin. Woohoo. Can't see you. Can't see you. Hey, there you are. Hey, Gavin. Yay. Buddy. Woohoo.
Hey, Gabby.
You got it like that. Yahoo! You can hear the World Series in the background. Yeah, 1996 World Series. Atlanta Braves and the New York Yankees. Braves are up 2-0 in the second inning. Gavin! What you doing, buddy? Gavin, buddy! What you doing? You're hilarious. What you doing? Spinning all the way around? Spinning around, spinning around. Woohoo! Yay! Here he comes back the other way. Gavin. Hey, buddy. What you doing? What you doing, buddy? What you doing? You swinging? You enjoy being 6 months old? 6 months old. You're hilarious. Oh, what was that?
Did you get that on film? Did you get that on film?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Little explosion. Kevin!
Hey, Gavin. Hey, little Gavin, what your daddy doing?
Jump, Gavin, jump!
Come on, Gavin. Do the jump. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. Hey. Hey, dude. Show us you jumping again. Come on.
Jump, bud, jump! Jump, buddy, jump! Gavin, jump! Jump!
Jump. Come on, Gavin. Come on. Let's go. Jumpity, jumpity, jumpity.
Whee! Yay!
Yay. Is that fun? Fun, fun, fun.
Yay! Jump, Gavin, jump! Jump, Gavin, jump! Jump, Gavin, jump!
Hey, Toothless Wonder.
He's got 2 teeth.
You want to show your 2 teeth?
Let's see your teeth. Where are your teeth, bud? Gavin, where's your teeties?
That's right, that's right. That's a nice smile.
Make you seasick. Oing, 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 oing.
That's fun, isn't it? Huh?
There's those 2 teeth. You can see those 2 teeth now. Gavin, one more time. One more time. Yahoo! Yahoo! Starting.
Okay, honey, can we show him the rhinoceros?
Yeah.
Baby rhinoceros?
See the baby
Alright.
rhinoceros?
We got our own baby hippopotamus here.
See, there's a baby rhinoceros and a baby hippopotamus.
Okay, honey.
The baby hippopotamus is right there. Let's see this baby hippopotamus. Kristen, let's see this baby hippopotamus.
Here
There
we
he
go.
is.
Alright, let's go sit in our stroller because we are too heavy. Hey, Molson. Come here, Molson.
Moses, what are you doing to Gavin?
Gavin, you will get Molson's tail?
Watch out for that tail, Gavin. Watch out for that tail.
There's your
Here
doggy.
comes Moses. What's he doing to your face, Gavin?
You go get your doggy.
Is he cleaning your face for you?
You like your doggy? Here's your doggy. Say, hey, doggy.
There's your
Go get
Molson.
doggy. Gavin, do the bird. Do the bird. Come on, Gavin. Go flap, flappity, flap. You were so entertaining before.
Flap, flap, flap. Flap, flap, flap.
Let's see if
Yeah,
you can
man.
crawl. You gonna try to crawl?
Flap, flap, flap.
I think he heard you say crap, crap, crap.
I didn't say that. I said flap. He knows how to do that other thing.
You waving? You wave? Wave.
Gavin, what you doing? What you doing, big boy? What you doing? You got the whole floor to yourself.
Oh, he's flapping. Okay.
Are you flapping? Uh-oh, going for the doggy.
Let's see if we can get the doggy. Oh, he's almost crawling. Look at that.
Wow, he got the doggy!
You got the doggy.
Success! That's his first crawling ever. Sort of crawling. Molson, don't lick him in the face. Get
your
the doggy! Get the doggy! Get the doggy! Molson, you're in big trouble now. He can come get you. You can get away probably pretty fast, but he can still come get you.
You want the tail? Get the tail. Get the doggy's
Look
tail.
at Gavin moving. That was hilarious. He's still going for Molson. He's got the tail.
Yay, the tail wrestler!
He's got the tail. Get the tail. Gavin, get that tail.
He's got a
Gavin, get that tail. Get that tail, Gavin. Gavin, get the tail. Get the tail, Gavin.
Don't bite the dog in the butt.
Get that tail.
Poor old Molson.
Molson says, I'm out of here. I don't need to put up with this. Oh, actually, he's laying down right next to Gavin. He likes this. He gets more attention.
Look at that.
He doesn't get enough attention. He's almost inviting him to come on over and pull his tail, which is exactly what Gavin's intention is. He says, that's fine. I'll come get his tail. Hee hee. Are you gonna fall over on his tail?
Poor old Molson. You crawling yet, or are you going to do the sidewinder?
Gavin, what do you think about all this crawling stuff? Pretty neat? Pretty neat being able to get around?
He says, well, I'm better at going backwards than forwards.
Oh, there we go for that tail. Whoop, we're gonna do the rollover. Roll over on Molson's tail trick. Watch me roll over on Molson's tail.
Gavin. Well, back over.
Watch me get Molson a little excited. Of course, being 12, he doesn't need much excitement.
You can do it.
Come on, Gavin. Come on, Gavin. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Stretch. Stretch, Gavin. Gavin, stretch. Gonna count to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hey, Molson. Molson, you are a good doggy. Come here, Gavin. Come to mommy. Come to mommy.
Molson will come to mommy.
Oh, we're going in reverse. Huh? Are you skipping Frosty Duck Armada? What do you think of the waterfall? What do you think of the waterfall? Is that pretty cool? You like the waterfall? Yeah, that is pretty cool, huh? Whee!
Hey,
Daddy's
Gavin.
taking your picture, huh? Yeah, Daddy's filming you. Smile for the camera.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy.
Pretty
Hey,
funny,
buddy,
huh?
Gavin.
Pretty funny, huh?
Hey,
Scary.
buddy. He's got a duck. He's got a duck on top of the. He's got a duck on the faucet. Circle cup. And where's his duck armada? Since he's supposed to be the admiral of the duck armada, with a few turtles and frog destroyer escorts, he's got all those guys behind him, watching out for his rear. Hopefully not hitting his rear.
I think.
Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. How you like the bath?
I love my
Is it
bath.
good?
I love my
Does it
bath.
feel good?
Someone touched the flipper.
The flipper.
I want to flip the drain open.
Anything he can get his hands on.
Yeah,
It's just fine by him.
that's right.
Gavin, how about one more smile for the camera? How about one more smile for the camera? One more smile.
Give me the smile. Smile. Peek-a-boo.
Oh, that's a good smile. Hey, Gavin. Hey, buddy. Hey there, Gavin. How are you? You enjoying your visit? You enjoying your visit? Look at those toes. Gavin. Gavin. Gavin, buddy. So, Grandma, what do you think about your great-grandson? What do you think about your great-grandson? What do you think of Gavin? Hey, buddy. Dun, 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 dun. Gavinini, the great Gavinini. Look, Gavin. Gavin, look. Look who's here.
Something else?
Look who's here. Look, look.
Hello, Gavin. Hey, dude, give us a smile.
There's your mother. There's your
Here you go, Gavin.
mother.
Hold on to that. Grandma knows how to do that. You've probably done that a few times, right, Grandma?
Oh, the many times, yeah.
There you go. There you go, sport.
Ooh, isn't it? What about that?
He looks pretty happy, doesn't he?
As long as you feed him, he's happy.
So, Grandma, how did you make food in the old days?
You what?
How did you make food for your children in the old days?
Oh, we just had to cook it. We'd buy carrots and cook them and mash them. And mashed potatoes or, well, you know, everything had to be mashed because they couldn't chew.
Right?
They had nothing to chew. No, they didn't have a bit of thing. Didn't have any toothpaste. They didn't have any toothpaste.
So you had to buy everything fresh?
Yeah, oh, sure. Well, we cooked all our vegetables anyway, you know, for our own service, our own family. We cooked everything. We didn't have it in cans like we have it now.
Quite a difference. How about formula? Did you have formula back then?
No,
Yeah.
They drank milk. Some kind of
Regular
I
cow's
forget
milk?
what kind of milk, but
Was it cow's milk or something else?
there's something probably, I don't recall what that was. See, I can't remember everything.
Well, that's a while ago.
Sometimes the boys will say, well, we don't remember that, Mother. They said, you remember a lot of things we don't remember. They'll probably remember when they get older. Oh, I'll give it to you.
He said, no.
Formula.
Oh, there's my mother.
Hey, you got it.
Oops, I see what his problem is. He's got his little hand trapped in his cup.
Oh, he likes to have his hands right in front of him.
Ooh, what was that? You want me to take you for a minute? Here, I'll take you for a minute. I'll take you for a minute. All right.
He says, I think I want my mommy.
Okay. All right, Sporto.
You just went away from me. You left me.
He says, well, I like a little variety in my life. That's Mommy's nose. Nose, Mommy's mouth.
The old hand.
That's right.
Says, get away from me.
I'm eating. I'm doing my serious business.
Get away from me.
That's Daddy filming you.
That's right. Getting you all on camera. Hey, funny. You're funny.
Do you have to feed him something now when you put him to bed tonight? Bottle?
Yeah, he'll get probably another full bottle. Oh, tired?
Go, 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 go.
He's close to holding the bottle himself.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't quite figured out how to keep it up without getting the air in it.
That's when he'll really be independent.
Yeah.
When he can hold his own bottle. He'll be ready to go out on the road himself. All by himself.
Yeah. That's right. He's telling things on you.
He is. Well, your hair looks very nice, Grandma.
With my hair,
Your hair looks very nice.
she says I'm losing some of it.
Oh, me too. I'm losing more than I can afford.
John's lost his in a hurry. I don't know when he started getting baldy, but when it started, it went rather rapidly, I thought.
That's a bad sign.
It is?
Well, I don't know. I think he's a great guy even if he doesn't have any hair. You're gonna have to be a good guy to have hair.
Just imagine my little boy's name was in the New York Times.
How about that front page?
Oh, on the front page.
First article.
First part of the story even. Oh, I can't believe that.
Now he's famous.
I think somebody ought to tell somebody in the repository now about that, because sometimes they put little things in about people. That happen.
Well, hopefully nobody in our family ever was in the paper for wrong reasons.
Yeah.
We didn't have any notorious or desperados in our families.
Oh, no, we can't do that. Can't have that.
Everybody in our family was on the up and up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Honest, trustworthy.
Be like my friend Betty Downs. Her husband, she was born in this country, America, but her father moved his family into Canada. He got connected with a steel mill up there, you know, in the high officials and stuff during those days, and he made a lot of money, and I think she lived there most of her school time, going to grade school and everything. Because when she moved, got married and moved back here, and she joined the mother's class down at the church, and we became acquainted with her, and she tried to eat like the English people do with the fork in the left hand, you know, and she tried to impress us with that way of doing it. You know, I remember all those kind of things. That's years ago, and she and her husband just had one daughter, Libby is her name, and but anyhow, she quit that after a while. She doesn't do it anymore. Hasn't for a long time. But she say about her? I've forgotten my story.
Oh, you're talking about how she put on airs.
Yeah, that, and, but anyway, I don't know. But anyhow, a lot of her husband's relatives came from Magnolia, this little town south of here. And she was down there one time going through it. She and her daughter and some other people. And that's what it was. And so anyhow, they were looking at the headstones, marked. And she told us one time, she said, and underneath the name it said he was a hangman.
Well, at least he was on the right side of the wall.
Yeah.
At least they didn't say he
Was
was a
on
hangman.
the right side of the wall. Yeah. He was a hangman, I presume, that's what it was.
I don't think
Unless
so.
it stood for something else, but I don't think it did. No, they got rid of people in a hurry. They didn't putter around like they're doing with the Simpson case, for
Right.
instance. My goodness, that's been on a long time. I asked Ron last night if they, see his first trial, he was free on that, you know, for the murdering actually, because they didn't prove it substantially enough to convict him. But he said, no, they can't try that again.
Double jeopardy. We got one chance. Might not end up with any money though.
I just, you know, the young man that was living in the guest house on his property, and I suppose he was working for him. But I have, and he was on here just a night or two ago, and he's got his hair cut, and he was dressed very nicely. He's a nice looking fellow. He's very nice looking. I always kind of thought that he had a case on Simpson's wife. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And he planted all that stuff there. I really do. I think she didn't want anything to do with him, but I think he had a case on her. If the other person didn't do it. So there's a question of whether he still did it or not. But how can he do all those kind of things in a short period of time? You see, everything was down to the minute, practically. Everything he did during that time, you know. And I don't know. But I kind of thought that that's what was happening.
You're probably right.
My imagination gets away from me once in a while.
It's nice to have an imagination.
Well, I look at all kinds of things on television, mostly more so than a woman does now. Grace Dover looks at all those soaps in the afternoon, and she watches, she listens to them, she's followed those the whole time that they've ever been on the air, and I couldn't stand them at all. I can't do that. But difference in people.
Right.
And she plays bridge about 3 or 4 times a week.
Well, that'll keep your mind sharp.
And I was not.
That'll keep your mind sharp playing bridge.
Oh, yes, it will. It will, yes. But she doesn't, she looks at the football games when Ron has it on, and she never says anything about it. But she watches that when but I don't think she ever does watch her when she's home. I don't think she does. And she always watches the movies that's on. And
Do you ever watch movies,
sometimes she
Mel?
watches it a second time when they come on. Years in between, but anyhow they come back on. She has seen them before.
Do you ever watch movies?
I don't like watching
Did you used to watch movies?
them.
Did you ever used to watch movies?
I've never got interested in things like that.
Did you ever go to a movie when you were growing up?
Yeah, we went for 15 cents to movies.
And what kind of movies?
Oh, they were not very much of a movie. Always was. No, yes.
Do you remember the first movie you ever saw?
What?
Do you remember the first movie you ever
No,
saw?
I don't remember that.
What was your favorite movie you've ever seen?
Oh, I don't know. I know the last movie my husband and I saw together, it was over, it came back a second time to Maslin. And that was the one that burned down the big building. What's the name of that?
Are you
Clark
done?
Gable was in it.
Are you done?
Gone with the Wind?
Gone with the Wind. We
Are you
went
done,
over.
little pumpkin?
It was only gonna be there a night or so. That was shortly before he became real. That's the last movie we saw together.
Did you used to go see movies often together?
No, not very often. No. We're talking.
We think Gavin's gonna take a nap when we're driving up.
What?
We think Gavin's gonna take another nap in the car.
We think he's close to taking a nap now.
He likes a little time.
What's that all about? What's that all about? Mr. Gavin? Say hey.
I'm still here. You can't get rid of me.
Gavin! Hello!
I'm still here. It's cute.
We think he's
I
cute.
think about him a lot of times. Yes, I
Oh.
do.
That was
What
really
a
classy.
burp.
That was real classy. You know, honey, his back tooth really has broken through the gums.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Right up here.
Got little teeth.
How many do you have, two?
He's got.
Oh, Grandma's bottom tooth. Whoa!
Honey,
Here we go.
Help, move it.
Oh, boy, you're just a strong little fella.
Go, Gavin, go! Go, Gavin, go! Go, 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 go! Gavin, go, go, go!
I think that,
That thing is on.
I think that laxative might be kicking in there.
I think the laxative might be working. That could be. A little more
Not
light.
quite yet.
You were just checking, huh?
I was just checking.
Better, much better safe than sorry.
Ha ha. Ha ha. Yes.
That's right, hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Wave. Wave. Hi. Burp.
I think we don't have the other grandchildren here. They did, you know, they didn't, that was the toy, you know, you put on, they were crawling underneath that thing, I could have just. But they just, I think Andy still has the old Nick in him, you know, but Christopher has grown out of that stuff. Yeah, but he just wants, oh, you should see how they used to tussle here. I thought they'd break each other's arms or legs. My goodness.
Doing what, Grandma?
But I guess they didn't. And I think that Andy was supposed to go to with Christopher in the summertime when they didn't have anybody to stay with him, and he took him along where he was going to babysit, and I guess he had to do what he had told him. Yeah, he saved all his money and took that trip to out west someplace with a group from down there, school or whatever it was, I don't remember what the organization was, but it was a bus load of them, and he paid his whole way,
Well, that's
and
good.
that's good training for him.
That was good.
What you
Are
looking for,
you
honey?
looking for a plug?
I'm just gonna move this light so I can get better lighting.
Is that, oh, I see what you're doing.
I'm just gonna move this light over here. So then I get better light.
I see what you're doing.
Then we can see what's going on. Right, bud?
That was really dusty on the top.
Oh, it might be a
I
little.
don't do the cleaning like I used to.
Who does? Nobody cleans like they used to clean. Nobody's got that kind of time. You funny little man. You funny little Kevin. Jump. Jump, Kevin, jump. Jump, Kevin, jump.
Oh, pretty boy.
Yay.
Pretty boy.
Yay. Kevin, jump, jump, jump. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Kevin, look at you're losing your sock. You're losing your sock, you're jumping so hard. Whee! Whee!
I gotta go see if I turn this
Whee!
off.
Okay. Whee, Kevin. Don't knock Grandma over. You're okay, you're okay.
I almost.
I got you. Okay.
Hey, Kevin. Why did that cat pick up this little snot? Hey, why don't you call your Uncle John real quick?
The mother came down here on Thursday night, and I was making that mushroom they got John going down. And it was on cooking and had it on before she got here. We sat there at the table talking and we
Hey, there.
We want you in here.
right here.
He's trying to give you good lighting.
Oh my
Just like a
goodness.
professional photographer. He's still having fun.
Hi. That's right.
Yeah. We got some good shots of him jumping up and down. A lot of kids have played in this house.
What?
A lot of children have played in this house.
Yeah, yes I have. Not even the neighbors here. The one time when the kids were little, John and and Ron and John, and the two boys up the street, the older boys, they were about their age, and they played together. And then Mary, that was at your mother's funeral, the lady that came in. Well, of course she lived up there. Well, she had an older sister, but the sister didn't mix with the little ones, you know. Well, they went up here and past the schoolhouse, down over the hill there. Some farmer had corn planted. And so they went up and they were in the cornfield and they were taking some of the ears of corn, and I don't know what doing with them, but maybe eating or trying to whatever. And all of a sudden, all four of them came rushing in the house here, and they came right straight to my house and went in there and got behind the Davenport and hid.
Who were they hiding from?
Yeah, and some man came to the back door, and he said, "Hey, did you see any boys running past here?" And I said, "Oh no, I didn't see them. I didn't see any." They were hiding, you know. Then that's when I found out what they were doing.
They were in that cornfield.
And so I guess he caught them. But he went down this way, down that way, and never came back again. But that's what they were.
So this was a safe place to
Yeah,
be.
they were probably as big as Tommy, one of them, and Andy. Probably,
Like 8 years
big
old?
as Andy, probably.
9.
They were about the same size. About an inch in their height, all the way through life, and about 1.5 pounds of their weight.
That's pretty fun.
Everybody thought they were twins, but they didn't look alike. They don't look much alike either today, but they looked more alike when they were little. And we always dressed them alike.
Ron and John,
But
your two boys.
the other boys, yeah. Oh, he says, "I'm gonna come over."
He might make it over there.
Pretty soon
He
if I
keeps
can
jumping
just
hard,
get
though.
on him, he's gonna get over there.
So what do you think of the Jolly Jumper?
Well, you're entertaining, Grandma. Yes, you are.
That's pretty cute.
What's this jump and do the splits?
Uh-huh. He's learning new tricks on that thing all the time. He also expends a great deal of energy, which gets him tired out by the end of the day. Gets him ready for naps and all that. It's pretty safe. It's,
We had a big fire here, the Toys R Us. It's a big store out at Belden, and it's caught fire and the night burned to the ground. That isn't a mishap to happen.
how did that happen?
I don't know that they know yet what happened. It's only been just last week.
Probably a lot of children around here in the morning.
Yes, they did. They go and look at the stuff and it was half burned. But they started up another place that was vacant, and they had a lot of stuff in its storage somewhere else, not in that particular store, in the store itself. And so they opened that up now. I guess those are all over the country, are they?
They sure are.
Toys R Us.
Pretty popular. That's where we got our diaper genie.
But that was really terrible.
Gavin's wondering what that noise is.
Hot.
Should I turn around and see what's back of me here?
He's pretty good in that.
Yeah, you could turn around and look around.
Checking
I don't
directions.
care. Well, I just look at it.
You can take a look at the house.
Yeah. Take a good look, my dear.
Grandma, a couple questions.
Somebody, a lady that, maybe were you here when the lady came to sell me a ticket? See, all of this, I think you did.
Right. Uncle Ron was here too, I thought.
So I'm gonna win something.
Ah.
I gave her $10.
A free trip?
Yeah, oh yeah, I wouldn't go on a trip. In fact, Grace Stover wanted me to go on a cruise with her one time, and I wouldn't go.
Why not?
I don't know, I just, no. In fact, I don't like the water very well.
What were some of the first vacations you ever took?
What was the worst?
First ones. Did you ever take any vacations when you were real young?
I never took so many vacations.
That's another good question. What was the worst one, too?
Did you see the plane, the picture of the plane that went down in the water? Some married couple happened to be there on their wedding trip, and they saw it coming, in. And I don't know how many times I've seen that on the television since it happened.
That hijacked plane? The plane
And
that was hijacked?
they say he steered it close to where the water was shallow, but he
Right.
couldn't make it any further. But he did aim for that, the pilot. I don't know whether he was saved or not, but
I know the co-pilot was. I don't know if the pilot.
he said,
What was your favorite vacation you ever took?
what was that, my favorite?
What was your favorite vacation you ever took?
Oh, I don't know. I've spent more vacations going back and forth to Florida than I had any place else.
Any favorite trips that you took?
I didn't have very much time to have any vacation.
Right.
My husband's been gone for 48 years. And my father lived 5 years after that.
Right.
I had to take care of him. And so then that happened, and all the boys left to go to school and so on and so forth. And then I was left alone here. Yeah. Oh, I was back and forth to New York City quite a few times. I have a whole stack of programs from plays that I have seen. I've seen a lot of them. The only one that I didn't like was the one they call Evita. It's a noisy thing. It's all done in front of a screen, like your netty type of a screen. And it poured. See, she was wasn't she from Italy?
She was from Argentina.
Oh, well, no, Italy. I think everything happens in Italy. But yeah, that's right.
Because Shakespeare's plays
a lot
all
of
took place in
music,
Italy.
a lot of screaming and howling. That's the only one I never did like. And then one time we went, it was at it was supposed to be 1776 historical government. And we didn't have any reservations for that, but we wanted to go see it anyhow. So we had to take a box seat. We sat up in the balcony in the box seat.
Hey,
And one of the girls that we were with, they said, you see who was sitting down there in in the audience. None of us see it, but she did. Here was Mrs. Kennedy and the two children, and her nursemaid was with them. And the little boy was sitting there, and he had his leg underneath him, sitting on the seat, and he was just a little fellow. We actually saw him.
What did you think of her?
Well, I think, what do I think of her?
What did you think of her then? When you saw her?
At that time?
Uh-huh.
Well, I thought she was doing very well as far as she was a strong-willed, minded person, I think. But I don't favor some of the things she did recently.
Oh, sure.
After, long time after that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, I'm tired.
Why do you
No, he needs a diaper change, definitely.
Oh, I see.
He's got to get changed. Other things happen. He's still pretty happy.
Because she can take him upstairs.
She's got a plastic
Welcome
thing.
to use my bathroom.
Uh-huh.
I used to,
Daddy, I may need your help. He wiggles so much.
when the babies were little, I used to bathe them in the sink, and then I would lay them on those little leper heads where the chests are, you know,
Right.
with a towel under them. Yeah.
Upstairs in the upstairs bathroom?
Maybe I did that with you
I
after a
think you
time or
did.
two. I don't know.
Sure you did.
Yeah.
Grandma, I was just thinking about
Lots of nice things happened years ago, didn't they?
lots of good things.
Yeah. My daughter, would she ever enjoy all this? She would love that baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I feel better now. Last week was a bad week for me. I don't let anybody see me, but I cry a lot of times. But I try to make it nice for them. And they feel badly too. They do, you know, but we can't do anything about it. Yeah.
5 years.
But
It's been 5 years.
isn't that all? I don't even know where the time went. I think I slept half of it away.
Dave, this is the clothes changer.
Okie dokie. I'm going to help Kristen change his clothes and I'll be right back.
All righty. Okay. Oh, I guess it isn't.
He's all changed.
You what?
He's all changed.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
And the reason why that light won't light up over there, there's no bulb in it.
Well, that's a good reason. Do
I
you have any,
just found it out.
do you have any light bulbs?
Yeah, I have them above the refrigerator, so.
You want me to check, see if I can find one?
Yeah, that's right. Got it a couple weeks before. And I parked it out in the driveway there, and the next morning it wouldn't go. Battery was dead. Well, I had almost all kinds of trouble with that gray Buick that I had. And we discovered that in the glove compartment, the light didn't go out. And that wore the battery down. Oh, I had more trouble with that thing. And I went over to the Buick garage over at Worcester. And to see, I had to have a gray car that year. I just couldn't buy any other color. And it was at the end of the season for a lot of, and I couldn't find one there. So then I went over there and found it. Went over to get it and started and gave him a check for it and left it going out of the garage and pulled the emergency brake handle off and it came off in my hand. So I came back home and the next day I went back and I said, I think this car is defective. I said, in more ways than one, I'd like to have my old car back. They said it's already been sold. They said you have to pay an extra sales tax. They would give you your money back, but you'd have to pay double the sales tax. You have to pay if you bought another one,
Right.
on the newer one. Yeah. He said, I don't like that. It just bothered me too much. How about that?
Oh,
Oh, I love
pull
this.
pull Grandma's glasses off.
You're not gonna fuss, are you? No, don't you fall. Oh, no. Oh, my. Pretty boy. You pretty boy. No, don't you fall. I'm not gonna let you fall. Oh,
Don't take her glasses.
They'd be awfully mad at me if I did that. There we go. Has he had any sleep today?
Oh, he slept off and on. He's probably looking for a little food.
Oh, is that what he's looking for? Okay, we'll get you something pretty soon. Yeah, we'll get you something pretty soon, yeah. Yeah, I hope.
He likes those glasses.
No, they don't like
You can't wear those glasses.
No. It's gonna be black hair. This hair about it. Oh, look at that. Look at
You want to get a mom? She'll give you some
You want to feed him?
bottle?
You want to feed him? My grandma wants to feed him.
Did you want to feed him?
He probably won't eat with me.
keep him happy.
Time for a refill. We just changed his diapers, so time to fill him up again. Whoops. Trying to do that all at once there.
Can we talk about all the people you've met in your life?
What about?
Have you, when you were young, did you ever meet anybody that fought in the Civil War?
Oh, now listen, don't. No, my grandfather, my father's father lived up in Baltimore. I don't know, I suppose it would probably be around that time. So. And I heard my father say that, he heard his father say that the blood ran down through the gutters and along the streets because they didn't have any curbs, because that was what must have been a terrible thing at Gettysburg. I heard that mentioned when I was just a little thing. I do remember that. No, but he never was in the service because he didn't have any teeth hardly, and I guess they had to bite the bullets. And so they say, to put them in the guns, bite the end off or whatever. Yeah, I guess that's a story. And I know about that, but no, I don't think that anybody that I knew of was in a war. That was a little bit before me.
Well, even somebody that was like 50 or 60 years old could have been a veteran of the Civil War when you were in your teens or your 20s. Don't remember any marches of Civil War veterans, anything like that?
Oh, they had things like that.
In the parades, you'd see veterans?
Yeah. And then it was who was it? They just.
Sorry.
In the whatever war it was, they got to Scar as I know it was. It was my husband's. My husband and his second brother, the second one, the older one was in all the battles in Europe. He said that they would have to move the bodies at night so that they could pitch their tents to sleep. That was how bad it was. He never would talk much about it, but he did say a few things, and that's one of the things I remember. That was Anson. He went through all of that. And but then Homer and my husband were the second and the third one, and they had gone to get their examinations, and they were all ready to go to Columbus. And the flu broke out, and so they held them back from going to Columbus because they didn't want anybody else down there. And in the meantime, this armistice was signed. So neither of the two younger brothers ever had to go, but they were all ready to go. But the older boy, he was in it.
Did you know of any of your high school classmates that fought in World War I?
No, I didn't know anybody. I know one of the boys that graduated from in my class, he went to Annapolis. He was assigned to that. That is when he graduated. He got Henry Grant was his name, I think. Yeah, he went to Annapolis. No, I didn't know. I was back to a couple of get-togethers one time over at the National Women's Club of my class. There were about probably 25 or something like that people there. And they were all, of course, married and had families and all that kind of stuff. But I remember that, but it hasn't happened for a long, long time. But they really did get together several times since years ago. But, they're all gone, I bet. I doubt whether there's anybody left them. I don't, no one has ever communicated with me recently.
Of your high school class?
Of my high school class, no.
And what high school was that?
Huh?
What high school?
It's Massillon, Washington High School. Oh, they got a pretty high school over there now. See, the other one that that I graduated from was only about 4 or 5 years old when I entered it. And this one here hasn't been very old. And I was supposed to be go over there because Judge Dowd is a friend of Ron's. He's a judge in Massillon. He's from Massillon. And they wanted me to come over there at that dedication ceremony. And that was when your mother was so ill. I think maybe she had passed away at that time. So I never went over there. So now when Linda graduates and has her celebration, she's going to have me over there, and she's going to tell everybody about her grandmother. But I won't be there, I don't think. But it's not too long. Of course, Cindy will graduate first. She's just a year behind Cindy. Cindy went to the hospital in Cincinnati for some reason before she entered this one up there. And I don't know why she did that, but they're really only a year apart, but they're 3 years in age difference. I guess she got home all safely the other night. You didn't hear anything, anyhow.
I hope she did.
Why don't you move your chair that way, because it looks like the camera angle, you're getting the side of your grandma's head instead of...
Well, turn my thing on here.
So you can hear better?
Yeah, I can hear better. And get it up, and then it's up too high. You hear it? Can you hear that?
A little bit, yeah.
Well,
Now I can't hear.
If I keep my mouth shut, it won't do that.
But I want you to talk. There goes an ice cream truck.
The mailman going by here. I've seen him running around here all afternoon.
Uncle John was at Uncle Ron's house last night.
Oh, you
Because they
are?
went down to an affair for Lincoln High School.
Oh,
All the graduates of Lincoln High School got together.
Oh, I see.
Not all of them, but those who wanted to get together. And Uncle John was talking about how when he was growing up, there was milk delivered to the house.
Oh, sure.
And he remembers when there was a horse-drawn carriage that used to deliver things to the house.
The what they deliver?
A horse and carriage.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Horse
No one
and a
else
wagon.
did either last night.
But they probably did, but I don't think they ever delivered that to me here. It was the dairy company was owned by a cousin of mine, or cousin of my husband's, Opal Bagley, Bircher, Opal Banks, Bircher Bagley. She was married twice. Everyone she married began with a B. And those were the names. Her maiden name was Banks, because my husband's mother's maiden name was Banks, B-A-N-K-S. And but she used to deliver the milk here. 5 o'clock in the morning she'd come, and then it would be 0 weather. And by the time we got up and got the milk off of the back porch, the cream was up out of the top of the bottle so high. Then you took it in, and of course it just melted and went back down in the bottle again. But she delivered the mail. She just passed away not too long ago. She was the last one that I know of that was still living. And she died. Opal Banks, Bircher. And Mr. Banks was my mother-in-law's brother. And there were 5 boys. There was John Banks, there was W.O. Banks, and there was Luff. One of them was called Luff. That's all I ever knew of his name. Now, what his real name was, I don't know. I don't know.
Luft
Whether that
Bank?
was his real name or, but Uncle Luff was his real name,
L-U-F-T?
I suppose. And where he ever got that or what that meant, I have no idea. But those people are all gone, years ago. Yeah.
Well, tell us about the first time you saw your husband.
Yeah. I used to see Opal down at the club she didn't belong to the Women's Club, but she came to another organization that I belonged to that always meets at the club. And that's, I would meet her. We were never very close. And her father was a barber. And your dad or your my husband used to take him over to his house, and he would trim the boy's hair, and John didn't like it very well. He'd cry.
Why?
This little fellow.
Why didn't he like it?
I don't know. He was scared, I guess, of the clippers or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he always used to cut their hair.
Well, how did you meet your husband? When did you see him the first time?
Well, I met him at a bunch of us young ladies. It was after I was out of high school and working.
Did you
I
do
don't
any
know.
dating in high school?
But
Did you do any dating in high school?
I never had a boyfriend in high school. No.
Uh-huh.
But no, I met him, and he and his second brother, Homer, they decided to come over from Brewster, and they came over to take dancing lessons. And so did we a bunch of girls, my friends. We all decided we were going to take dancing lessons, and that's where I first met him.
How did he dance? Was he a good dancer?
What?
Was he a good dancer?
Me?
No, your husband.
And he didn't care too much about it. No, he didn't.
Were you a good dancer?
What?
Were you a good dancer?
Was me?
Right.
Yeah, I'll have to brag a little bit now. The teacher used to take me out the center of the floor as a demonstrator.
Oh.
I have to say that. I loved to dance, but then we didn't do much of it after he got married. He didn't like it, and so I gave it up.
Well, that must have been what caught his eye.
But,
Because you were a good dancer, it must have caught his eye.
oh, I'll tell you what he did, you know, there were a bunch of people, kids, great big hall. It was at the top of a theater over there. And they would line all of the girls on one side and then the boys across the floor, you know. And his brother Homer said, "That's the girl over there you have to get." That was me. So every time, and then the teacher would say, the instructor said, "Now you can go across." Well, everybody just went beeline. They had somebody picked out to be everybody, you know. And every time somebody would move out of line, and so my husband never would catch me. Finally, one time he did, and so that's the way I got acquainted with him. So finally, he got me as a partner, and so then you could dance with the partners that she showed us. Otherwise, you just went around the floor and you took whoever you would stop in front of. No, that was great fun. I liked to dance at that time. Yeah.
Well, tell us about the time that your husband asked you to marry him. How did your husband propose to you?
Well, that I just don't remember much about.
You
Really.
don't?
I really don't. I don't really know.
Did he get down on his knee?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he had to.
Did he give you a ring?
What?
Did he give you a ring? An
Oh, yes,
engagement
he did.
ring?
He proposed, but I can't tell you how he did it. Whether it was in home or where. I know where Bill and Joni, Bill
Right.
proposed in the park up at the
In Brecksville.
Brecksville, sitting on the bench in the park. Well, whichever it doesn't make any difference. Just so it's a good-
How long did you date before you got married?
Oh, I didn't go with him steady right away because he graduated from high school or he was graduated from high school, of course. So was I. I was working at that time, but he was working for the Canton Hardware. He traveled from Squando. He stayed over wherever he landed. He used to stay in a lot of people's that owned the hardware company's homes because there were no hotels or motels to stay in. Oh no, I knew him a long time before I went steady with him, and then I was working, and one day Ron thought I was an operator in the telephone. I never was an operator. I was the main secretary of the manager. I was his secretary.
At the telephone company?
He mentioned that, yes, at the telephone company. I had nothing to do with the operators, but of course we did have operators then.
Right.
But it was a crank-up thing when you called me to call, got the operator on the phone, and she got the number for you. And I just told him that the other day about that I was working there. He didn't know that either, that when they went over into the automatic system, they had in the new building, and all of the new equipment's in there. And I was working there at that time when they changed it over. I worked there several years after they had the automatic system. But I worked there 6 years before I got married. And Ron didn't know that. He thought I was an operator. I said, no, I never was an operator. But they did have operators. I don't know how many, but no, I never was an operator. But I was going to tell you the story about it. So then I was working in the business office there and waiting on some people that came in. I did that too and paid their bills. And couple of linemen came into the office and they said, we just saw an accident down the highway. And so they started describing it, and it was, he bought a second-hand Buick Roadster. They call them convertibles now, but I guess they just call them roadsters or whatever they were. It had a canvas top on it, it wasn't enclosed with a firm body. And they were going from the Canton Hardware. Hubert was working at the Hardware at that time, and they were going. It was early in the afternoon. They left work at 4 o'clock. They were going out into the woods down around Brewster, and they were going to do some shooting at Mark, stuff. Hubert he didn't know much about a gun, so they were going. That's what they were going. They got down to the corner of the Richfield Road that goes. Then you turn and go into Navarre, and the streetcar ran right across the edge of the road. We had streetcars, those days. That's when we used to go uptown on streetcars. And the streetcar ran right along the main highway down here over to Massillon. And went as far as Navarre, turned around, came back, and went through here, and Massillon back into here. And didn't the motor, they said the man was driving the streetcar was driving the car too fast. He was behind schedule, and the boys didn't hear it coming, and the streetcar hit him. Knocked into the car and just smashed the car to pieces. But Hubert wasn't hurt, but my husband was I wasn't my husband then, I was just somebody I knew at that time. And he injured his knee. He got banged up knee, and but anyways, that was that. So in describing the car, I thought to myself, well, that's the same boy that I just met. I didn't know him very long, and that's who it was. It was him. So he sued the NOT. That's the National Ohio Traction Company, they call it. NOT, and so he sued them for damages to his car and his damages, and they asked him to show his injury to the jury, and he said, in that case I have to take my pants down. And they say, well, we'll pass that, we won't let you do that. So that was passed, but he did, and all he got out of it was about $1,200, so he told me. Yeah.
So you started dating after you found out that he got $1,200?
Oh no, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, I didn't think so much about money in those days. I didn't have very much of it. I didn't make very much of it either.
Well, where did you go on your dates?
Oh, we went to the theater, and that's about it. And we used to come over here for dinner, and then to top it off, there was a restaurant, where this Canton Club is.
Right.
You go in the back end there. And, well, that was a restaurant. At the back end of the bank, there was a restaurant in there called the Crescent Restaurant. We used to come over here on Saturday nights. Take me out for dinner, and we would go in there, and there was a foreign-type man that was waiting table. And so every time he saw us coming, he'd make a point to get to wait on us, because my husband would talk to him. And that's what he liked, because he was new in this country. And but then in the years past, And then he started a restaurant of his own. What's her name? Morgus restaurant. You heard of that? It's down in the corner of McKinley or Cleveland and West Tusk, the opposite corner from Sternemann's. And he started that restaurant, and it was a great success. A lot of people used to go there. A lot of the business people from downtown. And so he made that a really success. But in the meantime, in my garden club, I became acquainted with a lady named Ada Mergus. And this was his wife. And they were married, and they had one daughter. She doesn't live in Kent. She lives in some other place down south in Ohio, I think, somewhere. But they had this one daughter, but he isn't living anymore. And so I had to tell her that story, that I knew her husband before I ever met her. And she's a very delightful person. Ada Mergus is her name. Ada. I had a sister-in-law named Ada too. Ada.
You like that name?
Now, how many? You had just one brother,
I only had one brother.
and your husband
He
had.
died. My father died in November the 27th, 1953. That was just before Ron graduated. He was home Thanksgiving time, and my father was in the hospital for something, I forget, some little thing. But he was home, and he was steadfast at that time. And so then my father died in 53, and my brother died in July of 1954. He had very bad pneumonia when he was young, very young, and almost died. If it wasn't for my mother's care that she gave him, he'd never made it. Well, that left his lungs kind of weak all of his life, so he developed asthma. He had an asthmatic condition, and that's what he had. He had to fight that all the time. He never was very well. I was the strong one. And he died, and he called there. My sister-in-law called me, and she said, "You better come over right away." She said, "Your brother's in the hospital in a very bad condition." And I hurried up and started to get some different clothes on to go, and they called me back and said he was gone. That was when he died.
Where did your brother live?
What?
Where did your brother live? Your brother?
My brother lived in Maslin,
And your
and he had one daughter.
Do you ever see your niece?
I don't think I've ever seen her since the funeral, but she doesn't pay attention to me. Well, I don't either.
What is her name, or who was she married to?
Her name was Doris May. Yeah, she's a little older than your mother. Quite a number, almost 3, 4 maybe years older, 5 maybe years older.
Did she ever have any kids? Did Doris May ever have any children?
She what?
Did she ever have any children?
Well, I don't know much about her either. She married, I think, and I don't know where she is. I know what her, she married, because I know what her name, her married name is Twining, Twining, Twining. And they have the home down at Atwood, and in the summertime they live down there, and then in the wintertime he worked for the steel company over in Maslin. Instead of traveling back and forth from down there, they had a trailer home over in Maslin for several months. They owned it. I learned that from some source, I don't know.
So, what day and what year did you get married?
What year did what?
What day and what year did you get married?
Me?
Uh-huh.
I got married on September the 5th, 1925.
And what church?
I didn't get married in a church, my dear.
Where did you get
I
married?
got married in the parsonage of the Methodist church downtown.
Oh. And who attended the ceremony?
No, I had my sister-in-law, Esther and my husband's brother Homer were our attendants, and we went for dinner at Bender's. We had dinner at Bender's, and they went home and we took off. That's all.
I think we need a plug, Daddy. I think there's
Somebody's
a
tired.
bag.
I bet you.
Grab a plug.
It's nice to tell old stories because when I start telling them, and my daughter would say too, Mother, I know when you're getting old. That's the only way I know you're getting old is you repeat things. So they say, well, we've heard that before. The boys tell me that. Yeah.
Well, how many brothers and sisters did your husband have?
He had, there were 5 in the family, 4 boys and the girl. The girl was the youngest one. She's gone too. She died soon. All of them are gone. My sister-in-law Irma died before, or was it Ada died first, and then my sister-in-law Esther died, and then my sister-in-law Mary, the friend of hers took her out to the hospital. She was ill, and so they said, well, we'll go to the hospital. And so she was in the hospital, and that night she called the friend that took her there and said, oh, I feel much better. They gave me something to put me to sleep. And she said, and then I'll find out what's the matter with her. And didn't she die that night? She died in her sleep. You can't imagine. And they called me, and then her son lives down near Washington, D.C. He lives in, where does he live? Just right out of Washington. John has visited with him several times. I don't know whether Ron has ever been down there or not, but he's in the same kind of business that John's in.
And what's
Stockbroker down there.
what's his name?
His name is Russell. Russell Antonio is his name. And he has 2 children. And he married a girl that was going to be a nun.
I guess she changed her mind.
And she changed her mind, and she met Russell, and they got married. She's a very lovely person. Very, very nice person. They have 2 nice, beautiful children. They're, the girl is out of, probably the boys just graduated from college by now. They're grown up. They have a boy and a girl. But he called me from Washington to D.C. the next morning, and 8 o'clock the phone rang, and he said Mother died. And I didn't even know she was ill. And I live right here in the same town with her. That isn't a surprise. Yeah, but she's gone. She's been gone since 1984. She died in 1984. My sister Irma died in 1970, something, I forget that. She had spinal meningitis. She was getting over that, and didn't they give her a blood transfusion with something else, maybe the same thing, and she died from that blood transfusion, but she was supposed to be getting well over the other. Yeah.
What did your grandfather do for a living?
So what?
What did your grandfather do for a living?
What did he do?
For a living?
Oh, I tell you, in those, my grandfather, you have to go way, way back when there isn't much that anybody in those days ever had to do. They're farmers, they either were carpenters, or what else would they have been? Or they worked for the railroad. And that's where my father worked. You know, he worked 50 years for the railroad. And never had an accident. And they had him up to be the railroad train master of the wheeling and carry system. And when they found out that he didn't have much of an education, of course, he was out. But he knew enough about it probably more so than somebody that had more of an education than he did. But he never, I doubt whether he ever went to high school. Because when they got to be about 8, 9, 10 years old, they had to seek for work. People didn't have any money in those days.
What did his father do for a living?
My father, ex-father, I haven't any idea. I was quite little when he died.
How about your mother's father?
My mother's father, he was I think he was a carpenter. He's a little man, he's Irish, you know. He's the one that came directly from Ireland. He and
Did he have an
barely
accent?
married.
Did he have a heavy accent?
My father, never.
No, your mother's father.
My mother's father, being a carpenter?
No, did he have an Irish accent?
No, I don't think so.
No accent? He didn't speak Irish?
Oh,
Was it
yes,
Irish?
but I never heard them talk Irish, but, oh yeah, they had an accent. My grandmother was more so than what he was. But I love to hear them talk.
And what,
And they never quite lose that.
what was his name? What was his name?
My grandfather's name was Joseph.
Joseph Arnold?
No, his name was Hoban.
Hoban.
Hoban. So then my mother, my grandmother was Gavin. Mary Gavin was her name. That's where I say that. And you didn't even know that. You had no idea. I don't think I ever mentioned it.
Don't you want to go to sleep? Don't you want to go to sleep?
Your little boy.
Or do you just prefer to spit out your pacifier?
Yeah, so you named him your middle name too, Gavin. Clayton. I didn't know it at the time when I did that on work on there. I could have got it on all right if they hadn't made 2 lines in it. But
So I kind of wanted to name him Gavin David Hoffman.
you what?
I wanted to name him Gavin David Hoffman. But his first 2 initials were not good initials.
It'd be G.C.
It would be GD if his middle name was David.
G.D.H.
Right.
Well, you know, Joni can't use her middle name with her name, but you're really supposed to, when you sign your check, you're supposed to use your maiden name from your middle, you know, your first name, and then your maiden name, and then your married name. And I don't use that because I didn't like it that way. I liked my middle name is E, and I like the A-E-D better than the A-A-D. It's harder to say. I mean, I like the E the best, so that I always write my checks that way. But the other way is the proper way to do it.
Why were you named Agnes?
Why?
Huh?
I have no idea. There was nobody in the relative relationship that ever had that name. Of course, it's a Catholic name, of course. My parents were Catholic. And, but believe it or not, I have never seen so many people having either the first name that or their middle name in the paper. People die. And they're not very old, they're only in their early 60s or 70s. And why that was happening, I don't know. You never hear anybody called that, named that today.
How about Elizabeth? Where did that come from?
Oh, Elizabeth, I like Elizabeth.
Do you know why you were given that name?
But no, I didn't have any relatives named Elizabeth either. I don't know where they got that.
How did you pick Ronald and John?
Well, of course I picked John from my father's name was John. And Ron's name, and Patrick was the other grandfather. My father's name was Patrick Doherty, so that's the way we got his 2. But Ronald Doherty, we went to see a movie one night, and it was a person who was he piloted an old plane, you know, the little old planes just like Wright invented. They were something similar to that in this movie. And I can't tell you the name of the movie, but the pilot's name was Ronald. And that's where we got that. We liked it, and then we used Ronald, and William was our dentist, his first name, and he was a good friend of my husband. They were very good friends. And that's where we got the William, so his name is Ronald William Dockerty. That's where we got that. Yeah. So that's the way it goes. And my mother's name was Celia. And their middle name was Aurelia.
Celia Aurelia?
Now that's a combination. That's Irish. Well, she was Irish. Too. She got full-blooded. Yes, she was full-blooded Irish, both of them. Yeah, that's right. She was her mother and father came from Ireland. Yeah.
How did you pick the name Rosemary?
Yeah, Aurelia is her middle name. Orilia, I suppose you would spell it. I really never have seen it written, so I imagine that's how you would spell it. And the Celia would be Celia. Well, what's in a name?
A lot of things, I think.
Yeah. No, I like Elizabeth. And that's where Joni gets her Elizabeth. See, her your grandmother, was always called Betty.
Right.
But her middle name was, what was her maiden name? Esther. And what was her middle name? Esther, I know it just as good as...
Gertrude.
What?
Gertrude?
Your grandmother.
Uh-huh.
What did I forget now? It'll come to me tomorrow and I'll call you up and tell you.
All right.
Yeah. You better not talk. Wake him up.
Keep going.
Oh, he can sleep through anything.
If you keep the rhythm of your voice sometimes keeps him to sleep. He's fighting it, but he's getting there.
Well, let's see, what else can I tell you?
Lots of things.
I did this,
When was the first time you flew in a plane?
what, this is the first time?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I made quite a few trips to Florida, but I don't like to fly. I just went because the kids wanted me to go. We went up to the airport and your mother would come down in the dead of winter time. It was cold, icy maybe. She never failed to come down at 7. The plane left at 7 something in the morning. But she would be there in spite of anybody telling her not to. She'd come to see me off. Well, she was there this one time, and the man by the name of, and what's his name, a preacher here in town, and he was up around Silver Lake up there. His cathedral was, not Hamringhausen. I did know a preacher by the name of Hamringhausen, but he lived here in Canton, and his wife was a friend of mine. I know her. She still goes to Bowen's Club, but he died some years ago. But he used to have the cathedral up there at Akron, and then he'd get people to sign their wills over to him, and he got a lot of their property. And he had a great big 7-floor or something like that apartment building down right close to where Ray Stover lived. And that's the way he got that, was taking people's money. But anyhow, Humbart.
Rex
That
Humbart.
was his name. Well, he was, they were holding the plane up for somebody. We were all ready to leave, and they were waiting for him. And he was late in getting there, and there were 2 or 3 other guys with him. And when they came to the clerk to get their reservations, one of the clerks said, "Well, good morning, Rex," and his name was Rex Humbart. And got to your mother, she heard it, and she turned around to see who it was. She knew who he was because she had seen him a lot of times. And she turned around, and there he was. And that's who they were holding the plane up. Well, he got on the plane, and I know that he turned around. He had a real nice smile to everybody that was seating behind him. But anyway, when he got on the plane and they started to take off, and your mother made a remark to the boys, and oh, well, they said, Mother will be sure to get there. She says, Rex Humbard's on the plane. And I said, oh my goodness sakes, if I'd have known that, I would have been more scared of flying. I said, because I don't think the Lord likes what he does. Yeah, he was actually on the plane. Then one time we went down to Florida, and here, well, Ron was already down there. He had driven down with somebody down below Florida somewhere playing golf. So then when he was going to come back up and pick us up and take us home, and Carrie and Russell were just little kids, and anyhow, and we got on the plane, and Carol, we sat right pretty close to the front of the plane, but anyway, Carol said, do you see who is sitting across the aisle from us? And I said, no. She said it was Ralph Regula and his wife. They were flying. You see, we had a change at, I think we changed at Atlanta at that time, and then people were going they'd get the plane from there to Washington, D.C. That's where they were going, and we were going straight to Florida. That's why we probably made the stop there. So they went on to, that's the first time I ever saw Ralph Regula. I heard about him and saw his name in the paper a lot, but I never met him. I've seen her quite a few times. She's quite a speaker. But I've never heard him speak, so I don't know. But the ladies think that she can do a better job of it than he does. I don't know anything about him. They say he was elected again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like Uncle John.
Yeah. You know, John's been places he's been a lot of times. They put in what they call a spur down in Navarre. The railroad did it, Wheeling Lake area did it. They bring in the back sections of the truck. You know, you can disconnect them from the main part of the machine part of the automobile, or the truck. And they bring them in on the railroad cars. And it's a wonderful thing. And John took me down quite a few times and showed me that. But it's right down Navarre. And it's a terminal, whatever they call it. I forget what they call it. And they bring these sections loaded with stuff. See, that saves a lot of transportation with trucks on the highway. And then at the front end of the truck will come and pick it up, whatever it's supposed to go, wherever place it's supposed to go. It's quite a thing down there. You should see it. But I saw that one, and the big machinery that takes those things out and picks them right up and puts them on the back and kicks them to the truck. It's interesting. I saw it being built and constructed.
When was that?
Oh, it's been a couple of years now. It hasn't been too long since. And it was on the television. It was shown on the television not long ago. Probably not where you are, but it was shown here. It's quite interesting. My son has gotten into.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Into everything.
He came to talk at Canton Stroh's at the Women's Club one time, at a meeting we had down there. And I didn't know about it at first, but towards the end, close to the meeting time, I learned that he was going to be the speaker. And so then we were all there, quite a lot of people, and for lunch. And I knew exactly what he was going, and I went and sat at a table way over by the wall because I didn't want to be near where he was, and to maybe make him a little bit embarrassed, or you know, he never was cut out to be a speaker, but he does a pretty good job of it. But anyway, I thought, I bet you 10 cents that he comes over here. They never fail to come and kiss me, never. And didn't he walk right straight across that floor, all in among the tables right over to where I was and kissed me right in front of everybody? And he did the same thing when he left. Yeah. Then when he started talking, he said, I used to listen to my mother. But he said, now today she's got to listen to me. So that started the thing off. Well, he told him all about what he does at being the commissioner and about the things they have to do and all. But he has worked at that. He goes out to meetings all the time at night. Nobody has ever done that. And you never hear any, I always say to him, when I first knew he was going to run, I said, oh, I wish you wouldn't do that, John. People will start criticizing. They always like to criticize somebody, you know. And I said, I can't take that. He said, Mother, he said, it won't bother me in the least. He said, maybe in years past it might have done it, but he said, no more. He said, I don't pay attention to it. And do you know that there isn't any criticism about him in the paper? No. And so I said to him not long ago, I said, why don't they start criticizing you? Yeah. But they must be doing a good job of it, or they would be criticized. Now they're after the bus business. They're going to discontinue the bus service in Canton, Ohio, of all things. It's been in the papers, there's something in about it tonight. And, people that don't have automobiles, how are they going to get around? I suppose in the end there'll be some way that they figure it out, that they'll have a bus service, but they voted it against it at the voting time.
Maybe they'll bring streetcars back.
That's what somebody wanted them to do. Oh my, that'd be funny. Yeah. I used to, when I was first married, I didn't have any transportation because we only had one automobile. And I could have got the Mass that went right past here, and I could go down wherever the stop place was. I could go down. If you see, they would see you there, they would stop it, yeah. But instead of that, I couldn't. They only ran a certain length of time, maybe every half hour, or else I forget the schedule. So I would want to go downtown at the off time, you know. So I'd walk up to what they call Lake Junction. It's down here, up quite a ways up here, and that's where the interurban that was running in Canton used to come, and then go around the circle there, and it would go clear out to Myers Lake. You know, Myers Lake used to be quite a place to be. It was an amusement park, you know, and that's where the streetcar used to go, and then it would make the turn out there and come back and go into town again. And then of course, the ones that went to Massillon, they'd go over to Massillon. Yeah. Oh, that was an exciting time. But I used to walk up there because I was young then. I'd get the streetcar into town and do my shopping and come out home.
So where you did your grocery shopping too?
I don't know about the grocery shopping. It's kind of I don't know. Well, of course, my husband would take me in the car and have to do the shopping.
Where did you, when you first moved to this house, where did you get your groceries?
Well, let's see. I think there was a grocery shop down the end of the street here. There was a restaurant down there called Eckert's, and they used to serve hot dogs to people in the parking places, and the girls had roller skates. They came to your car and got your order on roller skates, yeah. That was the thing in those days. But that building was torn down here some years back now, and it's another restaurant built a new one. They call it the Flaming Pit. And so it's still there. It's there now.
I guess it's a barbecue place.
Well, I don't know it's exactly a barbecue, but that's what they call it. That's what it started out to be.
So did you ever go to that amusement park?
But
You were talking about on the streetcar. You used to go to the amusement park area?
Myers Lake, oh, that's closed up.
Did you used to go there?
Oh, we went there, yes.
And what was there?
I used to take the boys out there. They'd have something in the high school, would have something out there, and I used to take the boys out.
What could you do out there?
Well, you have a roller coaster, and you had a merry-go-round, and they had the merry-go-round in some place. They took it all apart, and they put it together again. But that's the Myers Lake roller coaster or merry-go-round. Yeah. I took the boys out there to doings that the high school had one time. That was my husband was very ill at that time too, and there was some other boys I think in the car. Your mother was in college at that time, and I picked up my purse and I put it down this side of me because there were two kids sitting in the front, and not two other people, boys or somebody sitting in the front seat with me. And when I went to open the door, my purse fell out, and I had quite some of money at that time, considered to be, and I just bought a whole roll of postage stamps. It was in it, and I never got it back. Now somebody that belonged to that school must have found that, and they were not honest enough to return it. So that's the way it is.
It's time to give you Grandma a break.
I don't think the boys ever heard that story, so. As I say, your mother said that, used to say that, I know how, that you're getting old, mothers, when you repeat things. So.
You always have new stories.
What?
You always have new stories.
What?
You always tell stories that I've never heard before.
Well, you never, and I don't think I heard some of the ones I've told tonight either.
Uh-huh.
So I have to remember those.
Well, we're supposed to go over to Uncle John's next.
You're supposed to.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to dinner?
Well, I don't know if we're going to have dinner there, but we're supposed to visit there.
Oh,
Why don't you give him a quick call just to...
I think I'll give him a call. Let him know that we're coming
yeah,
to Uncle John's.
yeah. Maybe you better, maybe they are. They could be waiting for you.
He's out of gas.
It's too bad to wake him up now. Well, it's a great life. It's an interesting life. I lost my mother early, and my father, or my husband, and then all my sister-in-laws and some of the brother-in-laws and my own brother, and then his wife, his wife, I went to her funeral, but you have to take the good with the bad, I guess.
Well, you've
And
got...
all my friends, I know 30, 35 people in my Sunday school class, they're all gone. It's hard to believe, but when you get to be 98, who lives that long?
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm here. I'll have to think about that. But I guess my job isn't finished. I don't know. Did you get them?
Yep.
Are they waiting dinner? Are they?
Oh, I don't think they're waiting dinner.
Oh, oh.
Hear that?
If you had a blanket, you could roll him up in a blanket.
Yeah.
He's still making noises.
It isn't so cold out today, is it?
No.
I haven't been out.
I would have bundled him up a lot more if it were cold out.
Well, I'll think of something the next time. I haven't told you. If I start telling you the same thing over, you just say that that's a repeat.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh, this house wasn't the same. We didn't have much in it. We got married. We had a dining room. That isn't my original dining room out there. That's the one my mother just bought that new at home, and they bought a new bedroom outfit too. And my brother took the bedroom because he could use that, and he couldn't use that big furniture in his dining room, so I took that, and I gave my other set to my mother-in-law. But anyhow. My renter moved out over here, the girl. She must have put the keys in the box either yesterday. This was Saturday, Friday, that was yesterday. She either did it yesterday or she did it yesterday morning or the night before, one or the other, I forget. She put the keys in an envelope, put it in my mailbox. Yeah. Yeah. I used to put the red pen right by that kitchen door, when I was getting my kids with the kids, because a lot of them was not very old, so it didn't seem much old. Baby was born. And he was probably in the bed, and John was tucked away somewhere else. And he had a whole bunch of little toys, and then the first thing you know, they were all out on the floor. And I'd ask them to pick them up. Well, that's the only way I could get my work done,
Hey, Daddy.
Hello, Gavin. Hello, Gavin. What you think about Christmas? Gavin. Gavin. Hey, buddy boy. There's wifey. Too late. Hello, Gavin. Hello, Gavin. What you think about Christmas? What you think about Christmas? Sure likes wrapping paper. Don't ya? You sure like wrapping paper, don't ya?
You open the present?
Here he comes. Here he comes. He's moving. Here he comes the camera. He's coming. Here he is. Here he is.
Dave's already got his.
Doo-doo.
Yeah.
You want a tiny instead?
What you gonna do with that present, buddy? This is your first Christmas present.
Hey, Grandpa. That's Grandpa.
Maybe your mom will help you out.
Hey, Grandpa. Hey, Peter boy.
Hey, Gavin. Hey, buddy. What you do with that present? What you do with that present? You don't want the present, you want the camera. He says, give me the camera. Oh, let me go back and get that Christmas present. I don't know which one I want. Camera or Christmas present?
the one from Australia?
Oh,
I'm sure they gave you something.
I know they would have. Maybe they mailed it instead. I was just surprised.
oh, oh.
All right, well,
No, 'cause you did the
I'll help him open it.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Gavin, gotta back up.
Here. This is a specialty item.
Where's his guitar from Uncle Jason?
It's in
Gavin.
his playpen. Chris, can you move him back over there?
Gavin. Hold on. Let's play with this.
Hey, look at that, Gavin.
Look at that.
It's going to be broken very soon here.
Look at that. It's mice playing instruments.
He says, that's pretty neat. I can eat that.
He sure wants it.
Kevin! You're so
If he gets
funny.
it, it will be broken
You're so
very
funny.
soon. All right, let's put that one away. So
Let's try present number 2. Who's this from?
I think from Grandma and Grandpa. Here, you're gonna rip it. Here, take little hands and go rip.
Rip.
That's right. Yay, Gavin.
Oh, he likes opening presents. He's good at it.
Yay.
Of course, he wants to play with the wrapping more than he wants to play with the presents.
Oh, look at how sporty he'll look.
Look at that. Very nice.
Yes.
Is that for tennis?
It's golfing socks. Golfing shirt.
Ooh. Even better.
It's your little shirt. Little golf clubs on the side. Okay.
He says next
Alright.
present.
It's our next present.
He already took the bow off of that one.
Look. It's a sweatsuit.
Oh boy, you can go jogging.
Yay.
Look at
Gavin,
that. Golf attire
sweatsuit.
too. And wrapping paper. He really likes it that everybody gives him wrapping paper. He says it doesn't taste very good though. How's it taste? How's it taste, buddy? Pretty good?
When you know something I see missing? Of his. Where is his,
Here we go. Here's another one.
bear?
What bear?
Is that in there?
All right, here we go. Here
Maybe
we go.
that's
Go, child.
the one we got at it, no, we got the one from, maybe that's
No,
it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Rip. Rip. Go ahead. Rip it. You can rip it.
Rip.
Go ahead.
He likes to open his presents slowly.
Maybe that's it.
Go ahead. The teddy bear.
That's it. No, well, don't you remember when we got at it?
Look.
So much
it's
excitement.
A daddy teddy bear.
Wow.
A daddy teddy
Look at that.
That's a soldier bear.
Kevin! What you think of that? What you think of that?
See my soldier.
Kevin, you look like you just woke up. Which you kind of did.
You want to hold your soldier bear? All right, here's another little outfit for you, I bet.
That's his favorite part.
Look, a little West Point sweatsuit.
Wow.
Yes.
Now you can be a real fan on the 31st of December when Army plays Auburn in the Independence Bowl.
Oh, look, it's complete with little Mickey hairs. Or Annie hairs, rather.
Great. Gavin! He says I want to wear that now. Oh, he wants his bear.
He can eat the tag.
That's the best tasting part, that UIC tag.
Let's take this off.
Gavin. Tackle bear. Tackle the bear. Now he gets to play with his presents. Hee hee. Gavin, what do you think of your first Christmas? Gavin. There he is. Gavin, what do you think of your first Christmas? There's lots of fun. But let me put it up. It
Yeah.
does have
I
a...
won't use profanity then.
No profanity?
No.
We were gonna have you say the blessing. Billy, would you like to say a blessing?
No, we're gonna have Dave say it. He's a father now.
Go ahead and say it. I'll do it from the corner here.
No, you gotta say it.
He's proton. He's the.
Well, he's taking it. Now he gets to give the blessing.
He doesn't give a blessing with the.
Is he taking pictures now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Right now I'm zeroing in on the bird.
I don't know what you're doing.
You gonna show him the bird, Dad? Show him the bird.
Dad, stop it.
Why didn't y'all drink the wine from New Jersey?
Well, we could have that another time.
It's really not too bad.
Okay,
Big Daddy, you want to say the
Blessing.
blessing?
Go ahead.
On this Christmas day, bless us, O Lord, and these are gifts which we're about to receive through the bounty of Christ our Lord. Amen.
and one more thing, may I add?
You
here?
never said that one
Let
before.
us pray that the dishwasher is not really broken and for some reason that water did not come out. Okay? Oh, I forgot the cranberry sauce.
I want the whole wing with the
So
spark
excuse me.
deep inside the turkey.
Good. Y'all go ahead, I'll start cutting. I'll get some more. Now this is the best dressing. This is out of the turkey.
You want some on your plate?
No, that's all right. I'll get it done.
All right, Jared, I'll sit down.
I wanted to show you a little more of this bird picture here.
Yeah,
It's a Cecil B. DeMille production.
yeah, yeah. You tell Dave about the time you visited Smith and the girl told you that she was, here, pass it that way now. That is out of the turkey.
Cecil B. DeMille's grandmother.
Yes. She told Kristen there was ample room in their stables if you wish to bring her horse.
Thank you, Gavin.
What's her skin? You want what? Skin. All right.
Where'd you have this?
Secrets?
Pass me a roll. Oh. There you go.
Dave, do you want to roll?
For security reasons, please keep all packages and luggage with you at all times. Any unattended packages and luggage will be removed for inspection and may be damaged or destroyed. For security reasons, please do not accept any packages or luggage that do not
Look at that for his
belong
first
to you.
flight, huh?
For security reasons, all unattended vehicles will be ticketed and immediately towed. Thank you for your cooperation.
That's right, Daddy.
Who's that present from?
That is from, I think, Cousin Andy. Where did he tag that?
Cousin Andy? That's from your cousin Andy.
No, I'm sorry, that's from Chris. That's from Chris.
From your cousin Chris.
Okay.
Got your own phone. Wilson likes your phone too. He's gonna help you look at it.
Just a minute, little pumpkin.
He just can't wait. Gavin! Gavin!
I
Gavin!
need some scissors, please, honey. Honey, I need some scissors. Honey, could you get...
Gavin, what do you think of your phone? You like your phone? You like your phone? You like clickers. You must like your phone. You like playing with clickers.
Push.
Got one with your own buttons. It's for you. Phone call for Gavin. Phone call for Gavin.
Watch Gavin. Alright, here comes the next one.
Another present.
Alright, this is from Joe and Jan. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Gavin, 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 look. Look, look. 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 Honey, look what we've got here. Learning blocks.
What do we got there?
Learning blocks.
Learning block. Gavin wants that phone. There he goes, calling to get the phone. Yeehaw! Wrestle with it. Wrestle it. He wants to place a long distance call. Look at those blocks. Buddy, what are you going to do with all these toys? Gonna have loads of fun.